Hello, everybody. This is Wilson Nilly, which is my lame attempt at Willie Nelson play on words. Anyhow, I thought of it would be rude of me not to introduce myself. Probably is already after so many videos and so many views and everything. I really appreciate from everybody. I guess I want to give an elevator speech here. My end game is certainly not to monetize anything. But my end game is to just offer some improvising tips, that I've learned over the last 2 years. I've been playing crap for the last 40 years. It only got serious really to try to get better. And my approach is because I have a whole graveyard of guitar solos from Ted Nugent, Peter Frampton that Jimi Hendrix that I've tried to get note for note, and I just can't get there. I just leave in frustration after about 60% and end up hating the song because I've rewound it, played it for it. So anyhow, what I've trying to re-engineer the way I'm thinking about it. So if I think about if I could play any note that I wanted to, if you're composing any note without regard to whether you can finger it on the guitar or anything, because that will come if you just do some simple exercises. But then it's like, okay, what are your ideas for a melody? And it's like, what I found out is once I, once I was able to find my way around the fingerboard, it's like my ideas kind of sucked because I hadn't really explored anything. But then, I just started thinking about like, what the heck, I'm not gonna, no one's gonna slam me here. So my goal is to just post stuff. I know I've posted some crap up there with the idea that, hey, you'll see all the warts and everything in the process. Most of these tunes I'm just hearing backing tracks for the first time. So it's, it's like sometimes, blues is backing tracks. You could play that while you're taking a dump, honestly, but backing tracks to other things that you're hearing for the first time it's fun because it's not everything isn't just standard blues or rock. I've been trying to really listen to different types of music. One of my favorite bands that I just learned about from my daughter about a year ago is a band called Ween, Ween. And for those that know them really well, but for those, most people had never heard of them and hear the silly name, they don't want to give them a try. But once you get over that, two guys that formed the band, Dean Ween and Gene Ween, and this is not an elevator pitch for them, but it's kind of gives you an idea how I'm trying to expand some of my horizon, because they play every genre possible. They've created genre. If you could go to their Chocolate and Cheese Deluxe Edition album, you'll experience all those genres on one album. Anyhow, aside from that, my influences, Ted Nugent. I'm 65, or I will be 65 in a couple weeks. So I grew up in the 70s, with lots of weed, Ted Nugent, AC/DC. My friends convinced me at the time AC/DC came out, because we'd never seen them, that the lead guitarist was a midget. I'm sorry, a little person. At the time that was acceptable. Because he was so small, but then after a while we figured out he wasn't a little person, but could play the heck out of a guitar. Anyhow, that's all stuff. Going back to my original point, because I tend to drift, I would love for people to give me feedback. Anyone that's interested, it's probably mostly dudes, but there are women that play guitar way better than I do. And along that note, it's like, I feel like I'm just climbing out of like an intermediate stage where I'm still just kind of finding my way. And, I've never taken lessons. I've never been in a band really. So I have a lot of holes in my game. Rhythm, since I'm egomaniac when it comes to guitar, because I'm playing by myself, to entertain myself. So I spend most of my time, just noodling with solos. But I really need to work one. Being able to keep a solid rhythm, because I don't want to be a selfish prick, and when I do play with people. Anyhow, that's it about me. Anybody can express any feedback to me. I got thick skin. I was expecting trolls, but there's been no trolls, because my approach has kind of been fake it till you make it. In work, in this, it's like if people know you're kind of trying hard, it's like go to a foreign language, you're trying to learn their language, and if somebody that's a lot better, they're a lot more tolerant, and of course we're all here to support each other, unless you're Mick Jagger or whatever the guy that plays guitar. And anyhow, cheers.